Hey, what's up, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different than toilets, lifts, and transport. What I'm going to be doing is a roller coaster review. So today's roller coaster is the Gold Coaster. Right. The Gold Coaster is a steel roller coaster operating at Dreamworld. The roller coaster is one of the tallest in the Southern Hemisphere, after originally being the tallest when it was first built. It was designed by Aerodynamics, built in Melbourne by Able Leisure Proprietary Limited. The ride was originally installed at Luna Park, Sydney in 1995 as the Big Dipper before being sold and relocated to Dreamworld on the Gold Coast in 2001. When it was brought to Dreamworld, the ride was the first roller coaster to be opened on the Gold Coast since 1997. The roller coaster was named Cyclone from 2001 until 2015, when it was refurbished and named Hot Wheels Sidewinder as part of a new motorsport experience theme land from 2015 to 2020. The steel roller coaster, designed by Aerodynamics, was constructed by Able Leisure Proprietary Limited in Newport, Melbourne, as a cost of $8 million during the 1994 redevelopment of Luna Park, Sydney. Construction of the ride used over 1,000 tons of steel and 15,000 sets of nuts and bolts. Opening in 1995, the new roller coaster became a point of contention with residents, and it was cited as the main example of the noise pollution generated by the amusement park. After appeals to various courts by both the Resident Action Group and the new park's new owners, it was decreed that the roller coaster could only operate at certain times and under strict conditions. These conditions caused major shareholder Slow Amusements to consider walking out on the operating company. Parks administration was doubtful that Luna Park's survival under the restrictions, and was proven correct when Luna Park closed in February 1996. The roller coaster remained on site until late 2021, operating on several occasions for charity sporting events, including those for the Variety Club and the Spastic Centre. Between 1996 and 2001, the roller coaster was filmed for sequences in the Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen film Her Lips Are Sealed, and for Farscape Season 3 Infinite Possibilities Part 1. Daedalus Demand. Developers looking to redevelop Luna Park were sold the land and on the condition that the Big Dipper was sold prior to any developments. The ride was purchased in 2001 by Macquarie Leisure Trust, the owners of Dreamworld, for $3 million. A further $2.5 million was spent to relocate, install and modify the roller coaster, as well as to develop the roller coaster's new theme. Several of the supports needed modifications to make them rest on the ground because they were originally located on the top of a single-story building. It took 136 trucks to carry the track from Luna Park, Sydney to Dreamworld. The ride reopened as the Cyclone at its new location in Dreamworld on 26th of December 2001 in a ceremony dictated by Peter Beatty and Mary Rose. Dreamworld's chief executive, Tony Braxton Smith, state of the ride was similar to being in an actual cyclone. The name Cyclone fits the ride perfectly with lots of nail-biting twists and hair-raising turns to simulate being caught in a real cyclone. The intention of the ride's spiral queue design was to occupy patrons through both visual and physical stimuli such as vertical lightning and shaking floors. At a point prior to 2008, the queue line was switched with the exit ramp, resulting in patrons lining up on the ramp that wraps around the building and exiting through the deactivated interior queue. The cyclone closed on 12th of October 2015 for a refurbishment to become part of the new motorsport experience precedent at Dreamworld. As part of the upgrades, the ride was fitted with a new train built by Vekoma that featured onboard audio and renamed Hot Wheels Sidewinder. The motorsport experience precedent opened on 26th of December 2015 with a refurbished roller coaster and V8 supercars as redline simulators, as well as a collection of Peter Brock's cars in Brock Garage. In 2020, Dreamworld announced that the Hot Wheels Sidewinder would be given a rebranding and a refurbishment. This came alongside the retirement of the Rocky Hollow Log Ride and a refurbishment of for ABC Kids World. Soon after the announcement, repainting commenced on the coaster with a new colour scheme. The tracks were painted aqua blue whilst the supports are painted white. The coaster's new name and theme were officially announced on the morning of 20th of December 2020. The ride reopened to the public later that day with a new colour scheme on both the tracks and trains, along with a re-theme from Hot Wheels to a circa 1970s Gold Coast theme. The Gold Coaster is one of Dreamworld's 7 thrill rides along the Claw, the Giant Drop, Motor Coaster, Serpent Slayer, Steel Taipan and Tailspin. At 40 metres, 130 feet high, the Gold Coaster was the Southern Hemisphere's tallest roller coaster until 2011 when the park opened Buzzsaw. The Gold Coaster is a 900 metre, 3,000 feet long, making it the second longest roller coaster in Australia. At the time of opening before Thunderbolt, the ride is still one of the longest roller coaster in Australia. The ride reaches a top speed of 85 kilometers per hour and a top acceleration of 3.0 Gs, which is 31 milliseconds during the course of the 2-minute ride. The Gold Coaster consists of a single 6-car train, seats 24 passengers, 4 passengers per car. The original trains used from 1996 to 2015 were built by Aerodynamics. However, after the 2015 refurbishment, new trains were built by Vekoma were introduced. During the Hot Wheels era, the trains were themed to race cars. Since 2020, the trains are currently themed to a 1970s vintage car. Riders queue inside a spiral building with a variety of circa 1970s Gold Coast theming. The entrance of the spiral building is themed to a motel. Riders then enter a hallway decorated with pastel colours before entering a room with blue LED lights. The room is decorated with surfboards and the ride's logo. Riders are then led into the ride station, which is themed to a garage. After exiting the station, the vehicle does a sharp left turn onto the chain hill. The ride then reaches its highest point before doing a small drop, turning left and going through the largest drop. The ride then goes through a series of smaller drops and turns. The ride then enters the White Water World water park, interacting with several water slides before entering 2 inversions towards the end of the ride, a reverse sidewinder, followed by the vertical loop. Riders are to exit through a staircase which leads to underneath the station before going up another staircase to the top of the spiral building. Guests are then to exit down the ramp in the spiral building. Guests are then to exit through the Shaka Shack gift shop. The gift shop contains souvenirs and ride photos available for purchase. In the first 6 months of the ride's release in December 2001, more than half of all visitors to Dreamworld rode the Cyclone, putting its popularity above the Giant Drop and Tower of Terror. but still lagging behind Thunder River Rapids Ride and Rocky Hollow Log Ride, according to Macquarie Leisure Trust. Owners of Dreamworld, they clarify the Thunder River Rapids and the Log Ride to remain one of the most popular attractions in the park due to their large capacity and ride frequency. The Trust concluded that the cyclone's success, along with the impact of social changes in the Australian culture, were able to offset the negative impact of the Ansett collapse and increase attendance by 6.9% and a total revenue by 13.3%. They did not attribute a specific portion to this to Cyclone itself. The Gold Coaster was featured on the operating scenes of Big Brother Australia in 2002 as Cyclone. So that's it for this review on the Gold Coaster, of how this thing works. Make sure you like, subscribe and turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.